They wore like the clothes was covering.
Yeah. It's more than just the clothes. It's the face as well. Like brothers don't get lineups or shave their beards and all of that. That's offensive to these jakes. Man, Mountain jakes. But you know, bro, why didn't you just get like a high top, innit? I don't want no fucking high top.
Because they're moist. Come on, man. If you was in the ancient world, let's say everyone had a fucking big ass beard on their face. You come around all clean, you're gonna look stupid. You would look really stupid.
Yeah, you would, innit?
You're in if you're in a warrior ancient society, bro, and everyone's just fucking just stoic with beards, and you come, you're a pretty boy at R&B, you gonna look stupid. They're gonna call you a faggot.
Yeah, faggot. In fact, when you watch the
I was thinking King David with servants that had half their beard shaven up, and he banished them.
It's a shame. Yeah. But they did that. That was like a punishment. They said, how are we gonna psychologically attack these dudes? And they shaved half their beard off.
That's why Esau is such a demon. Brothers was going into Esau's witchcraft. That's why he attacks Jake. He attacks Jake. He attacks Jake's masculinity hard in his kingdom. That's why he like, as soon as you come in the faith, you know it's requirement that we grow our beards. All of a sudden now, demons flood at you, your family, whoever's around you. Why you got that in your face, boy? Shade that off, boy. Line that up, boy. Why your hair look like that, boy? Or something. You get me? But your mum might not even speak English. Why your hair like this hair? You know what I'm saying?
But a brother,
why is his facing like this?
the brother,
shave this. You know what I'm saying?
Let's find you shaving kits.
You know what I'm saying? Or your brother's bugging out. People are just bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? What is this? Like, come on. Like, people are bugging out.
The brother read this precept earlier on, Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? That's why your parents are saying that, right? Because they want you to fit in this society, man. But we, as bros, what you know, we've read before, we are in the world, but we're not of the world.
That's right. That's right.
Precept.
Yep.
Come, this is Proverbs 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
That's right.
And choose none of his ways.
Yeah, man. That's right.
That's right, man.
That's
suit.
You looking at him.
That suits me. Yeah.
Shaving your beard.
It's a beard's a badge of manly dignity, man. Come on, man. And you know what looks stupid? You know, if you see a brother with a big beard, if you know a brother for having a big beard, right? If you see him the next day, like he's gonna look stupid as hell. There was a dude that did that, and he fell out, man. He was TW444.
He was known for having one of the biggest
beards in Israel, man. He was. Then the next time you seen him, he used to wear the turban with the beard. Then one video, you just seen him with a clean face with a fitted. He looked fucking stupid, man. He looked like a little kid.
But that
like Ned's Newt, man.
But even that shape up, when you have that shape up, that shit looks fucking dumb as hell, bro. That looks stupid. But how are you gonna have a
destroys your line.
square, bro? Square, bro. Everything about you is not square. You gonna draw some square on your face, bro. That looks dumb as hell, man.
It's like a box, isn't it? It's like when you look at it, like you see lineups, like the Lord puts the Spirit on you, see the lineups, like it's just that box and that, it's fucked, isn't it? And it's like, and then it goes like that.
Yeah, and his fucking hairlines is starting to come back. But he's like, fuck, I still gotta do it.
Bro, you know how retarded that is to mar your own hairline.
Put makeup on the hairline.
You know how bugged that is? You got a hairline here, but you want your hairline back up there. You know how retarded that is? That is fucking stupid, man.
Yo, what's going on?
You're pushing back your own hairline. How stupid is that?
I got that.
Yeah.
Leviticus 19 verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall you mar the corners of thy beard.
I want more on my forehead showing. So you know he's
razor sharp.
But what, to show you that shit's stupid as all hell. The only way you can have a lineup, you basically have to have a lineup like every 3 days, man.
You got so you got to keep
that's some bitch, like a bitch does her hair like every 3 days. You gotta do your hair every 3 days now. So you can maintain the lineup. But I just go to the barbers, my line is fading away.
Those, if I can say, these guys do it all the time to do what? They do it for the girlies, man. Why? Because, and that's what the apostles always say, man. You know, you got loads of women around, because women are of the world, man. Do it, getting all them lineups just to impress. Man.
But they love a man more than they love the world. And when you come into this spirit, you grow your beard and everything, you get a different type of, like, they'll want to be with a guy in the world, but it's a different spirit here. Because they love to be dominated, right? If you're gonna say nah to the world, grow your beard, them women turn that for the first time they like behaving like women around you.
Yeah, but then after a while, a demon jumps on them, man.
Demon jumps on them.
And it even says that in the scriptures with Solomon, man. He said, out of 1,000 women, I ain't found
I
anybody.
ain't found one. Yep.
So that's why, you know, at first, before you come in the truth, you're simple with the shape up, baby, all this. Then after a while, you know, you start growing an
I
afro,
wouldn't even call
and
them
it's scuff.
bitches women, man. They're not even dressed like women.
They ain't
dressed like men. They ain't acting like no women, man. It's
They're
not like
Females.
yeah, man.
Women
Boy.
mean servant, and they ain't servant.
Females. Yeah, females.
You know what I mean?
They're not women. Harlots of the city. Females. Harlots of the city. You know, entities.
Jeremiah 31:22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Yeah, that's what's happening. So they're not supposed to have a, well, basically, you know. But this is the Roman system way, man. It's bullshit, man. Yeah, man. Everything's gonna go back to the old way.
Old ways.
And brother, you know when you
You ain't gonna see women walking around in fucking jeans or mini skirts, man.
You're gonna see a
You know
woman
how
walking
stupid
around
that
on
is?
her own.
bro,
You're
you know how
gonna see a
pleasant
woman
that is.
walking
Like,
around on her own.
When you look at them, you see a couple. They're both like walking like it just looks stupid. It's like two blokes.
Oh, but what if I can add?
Yeah,
you actually see the bloke spirit on the women too. The bloke spirit on their face, innit?
Yeah.
They're like men. There's a woman. She's
That's why you shouldn't put on a. If you put on a garment, if a man starts dressing like a woman, he's gonna get. He's a feminine demon.
see
it.
Jump on him straight. So the same thing's going on with these women, man. That's why they're saying, I wear the trousers. Why is that saying there? Because trousers is associated with being a man.
Being a man. If I can say,
But you got
I was gonna say if I can say nowadays, man, you see a couple and the geezer's trousers gonna be tighter than a woman's trousers, man.
But these guys now, they openly say, well, I don't know about that. I can't make it. She wears the trousers. They openly say that, man.
Man,
there was a show. She goes,
Happy wife, happy wife. Hey, you got some dudes that they're happy.
"Ooh, I have to get approval."
Yeah, she manages the finance. Nowadays, it's the woman that manages
That's
the husband.
fucking wicked, man.
Bro, there was this thing I see the other day. The guy said, like, is that them? I'm sorry. Bring the precept, brother.
Titus 2:4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love.
The point I was gonna say is on that point too, because you know what, these women here, it's about the society. The brother read about the earth being the women are compass the men. It's like the man has to like do everything for her. It's all backwards. And there was one thing I watched. The guy was saying, you know, it was a dating show. I was just checking it out. The dude said, I ran for Olympics team, Great Britain, Jake. Handsome brother, man, like in shape, all that. You know, I ran for them. I won medals. And then they asked the women which one likes him and all that. And the one woman goes, she goes, basically she said, this is what she said. She goes, I barely bathe, so when I do, you're gonna have to scrub my back. She said to him, like, it was like some trying to overpower the man. It was weird. It was like, it was out of nowhere what she said, but it was just like she was basically disannulling him. The guy's like got some achievements and that, but she's saying you ain't shit. You scrub my back.
That's why this place.
That's what she was saying.
That's why this place is gonna get fucking destroyed.
That's not modest, man.
This place is just gonna get fucking destroyed.
You scrub my. I barely
But
bathe.
no, it's
she
not
said.
with this, man.
When I
Rome,
do, you scrub my back.
Roman system.
One of my colleagues just had his he's about to have his second child, right? And he was just openly, and then after this one, I'm gonna get my shit cut off, man. So like guys talk about getting their vasectomies like it's getting.
But let me show you something, right?
Stripping your
Let me
fucking-
show you something, right?
stripping your-
Now, a woman, she goes through the change at 50, yeah? Doesn't it make more sense for her eggs to get snipped? Does it not make sense? I'm not saying to do that. I'm not saying to do that. She's gonna dry out anyway. That's not what I'm saying to do. I'm saying in terms of just logic, it does not make sense for her to cut her ass off.
Hey,
But
brother.
you know what she's saying? She's saying, you have to cut yours off, just in case I leave.
And it just got
They finish that, yeah. It says modest, being modest apparel. So what we see today is not modest, bro, man. This is ridiculous, man.
It says a woman to be sober. These bitches are drunk, man. These women are drunk.
They're drunk of the wine of the wrath.
So like every day is a fight, man. You know, like we actually, brothers is involved in a fight, man. A spiritual fight. We're involved in a fight, man. This is a fucking scuff every day. You're grappling with people, man.
Well, a lot of people that come in the truth, they won't deal with the truth because their woman tells them
That's
to get out of that.
Yeah, it could be a girlfriend or your mum.
Yep.
It's always a woman though.
Yeah.
Female. She goes, I leave that alone. The one time I was burning incense in the crib, Mumsy went nuts, bruv. She's like, "Why you're a terrorist? You're Muslim." I say, "What? Because I'm burning incense."
And if you worship women,
Muslim.
you can that weak demon's gonna
That's what can happen.
It's a demon, man. You feel all weak, okay.
It's all over you. Like,
Gird up, man.
It's all like a weight on you.
The scripture says gird up, man.
Yeah, because for I will require it of
The
you.
women know that emotional blackmail. Look, yeah, you won't be.
Start talking like.
Hey,
It's like you're gonna cry. Just gird up, man.
you mentioned the snipping thing, the snipping.
Yeah.
No, because once if the woman says to you, "Oh, you get snipped, boy, you get snipped, lad," you snip. You know what that means? Then she's won now. You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
You can't even find
done.
it.
She's gonna jump to the next geezer. You're done. Now you're snipped. Now you're alone. You're snipped. You don't have you can't produce no sons no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's why I
saying?
said it makes more sense. Doesn't it make more sense for her to get? She's had her kids. You might leave this bitch. You might want to go to another village and start over, man.
It's fucked up, bro. You're gonna get the snip,
man.
Yeah, it says to love their children, to be discreet, chase keepers at home.
And these people,
Chase keepers at home, man.
But it says to make the children be discreet. Have some type of fucking manners about you, man. See, we all grew up in this world, man. And you know what? You grew up like a fucking animal, man. You grow up like a fucking animal. That's true. Brothers, we've all grown up a certain way, man. You know, you grow up like a fucking animal, man. Without you know things, because the Bible says that Israel fulfills the law without even really knowing the law fully. They fulfill things. So you do things, but you still grow up like an animal. You grow up with beasts around you, man. Your
That's what
family,
the scripture's
siblings.
about, casting off the old man. Because the old man was a lawless beast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But, basically you're following after Edomites, man. Their spirit is do whatever it feels good, do it. Because Edomites like orgies and shit like that, man. They're into all that, and they don't. To them, there's nothing wrong with that.
Pop anything. It's true.
Sexual liberation and all that. Yeah, she should try that. And all this, man. Everyone should just try men out and women. Have many partners and just try.
Yeah, that whole spirit of try everything, regret nothing.
Yeah.
That's the whole spirit of this place, man.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only live once. Bullshit.
Yeah, it says to be keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands.
Wow, obedient to their own husbands, man.
But you know what?
They've got more than one husband now.
But that's not. But people are offended because even you got people in this country, they'll get on the people in the Middle East.
They're in slavery.
Slavery, yeah.
Toxic masculinity.
And all that.
They're in
She has to have her
slavery.
face covered and all this.
Yeah. Look at them, they got their women in slavery. And all that. They got their women in slavery, sitting in
No,
their
she
house.
should be in fucking slavery, man.
So that's what the scripture says.
So you rather have your women walking down the road with their fucking knockers out,
Knockers right out.
right, backing you up in the middle of the street. You have
Collapsing
to
in
argue
pubs.
with this fucking
Collapsing
bitch.
in pubs.
Yeah, and
she drank too
These
much
people,
GNT.
this is out of order, man. You gotta have full-blown arguments.
Yeah, bro.
That's why you see them. What the fuck? You know this. And she's like, nah. She's got spirits jumping on there.
Making a big scene in the street.
And they love doing that. Don't they love doing that? They love fighting the men on the street. Get away from my Tom and all that. Beating him up. Calm down, girl.
The white knights.
They want all the white knights, the Captain Save-Off to jump in.
And you can't. I'm sorry. You can't discipline her because you get nicked. If you you get away from me, Tom. You're like, if you just said to her, like, you know what I'm saying? Esau will arrest you. So you gotta hold her. Calm down, baby, please. Baby, calm down, please. Don't do this and all that. She's slapping you and all this.
Spoiler alert, you got the new movie Invisible Man that just came out, right?
Which is true, this is happening.
That new movie Invisible Man that just came out, spoiler alert. But in that movie, the woman's basically, she's going through oppression basically, because the man that's with her is just keeping her into like straight up slavery, telling her what to do, how to think, what to eat. And she tries to escape basically. So the whole premise of the movie is she gets her power, her freedom back. But he just taunts her by becoming invisible and hunting her down wherever she's at, killing people in her midst and all that. But it just shows you that the whole fucking psyche of that woman liberty and all that bullshit, brother. Like women need to be free and all that, man. It's all fucking
Precept.
This is Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. And sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to the husband, and he shall rule over thee.
That's
Look at that. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
That's the way it should be. Yeah.
First Corinthians tells you, 11th chapter, the Lord gave out the order that a man's above a woman. And that's how it is, man. It's been set up from the beginning of time up until this day, man. But Esau's fucking around, change time, dates and laws and all that.
Yep.
That's why we got the fucking debacle we got now.
Even as Sarah called Abraham Lord.
Yeah.
Imagine St. Peter's, man.
Imagine you had this woman in slavery. Imagine how well you could raise your kids.
Yeah.
Imagine how immaculately you could really function your household.
Because there's role models as well, and then the younger daughters will see a good role model in the older woman, and she'll have the mindset, oh, I need to raise these daughters to be good wives onto their house.
When you have a board of directors, that's a family, right? You got the CEO is the father, and the chief organizer is the woman, right? You don't have the CEO coming up and having an argument with she might get fired. That's what happens in the business environment. The number two doesn't come up and say, no, I'm gonna overthrow the CEO. If that don't happen, that's gonna be a dysfunctional business, man.
That's Esau knows that.
Esau knows that.
Yeah, Esau knows that.
Scripture says a mentorous woman
shall bring forth monsters.
So we live in a monster world, man. Fucking monster society.
Hey, but these bitches run the father out the house.
Yeah, bro.
And what?
Which is a damn fucking damn shame.
Let's bring the precept.
Sorry.
Let's get more priests.
He that,
It's a damn shame, man.
he that gave a wife beginneth a possession.
She's a possession.
Bro, sorry, man. That's what you saw in that film, man. That movie, I'm telling you.
She's his
bro.
possession.
Everyone's talking now, talking about the women.
She's his possession. You know what? Remember the bread? Can I want to say one thing? Remember, I used to watch the Ali G show back in the day. Remember Ali G?
Yeah.
And he had the skit. Fuck the movies. The show was better. The little 20-minute show.
He was interviewing politicians.
Dope show.
Getting on them and all that.
Dope show act. And he went to one dating agency in America as Borat. Remember when he said Borat?
Yeah.
And he said to the lady, he said to her, it was like dating to find women. So she said to him, so what kind of women are you into? And all that, an American woman. And he said to her, she must be good with plow. Like, with the plow, she got to be a good worker.
On me, I will crash her.
He said, if she cheats on me, he said, I'm going to crush her. And the lady, the American woman, she said, it was funny, innit? He said, and the American lady, she said to him, oh, honey, we don't do that here. You can't do that here, honey. Like that, like, he said, why? Basically, why not? I'm from, where's he from? Kazakhstan. I crush her if she cheats.
Yeah, you know what the manic is? If you bring with a lady, you got children with her. She just sucks some other guy's dick.
You gotta come back.
Just that's the spirit of confusion. That is just not fucking right. So you're damn right. You're gonna go upside the head, man. How not? See, Esau's the devil, man.
The devil.
He's gonna fuck your household up and talk about, oh well, that's abuse. What the fuck are you talking about? Man? Them elites, they make sure their fucking families
is in order.
Man. They don't just have they don't have that.
Well, their daughters, when their daughters
they
step
banish
out.
their daughters.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They
that.
fuck up in the household, do some inordinate shit. They discontinue from the family.
That happened with Pananika Rothschild when she got with Phil and Noah Smoke. She that in the 30s with the Jake back then, because the Cotton Club and all that. But she basically got banished and she had to live off the money that she had. They didn't give her nothing else. She had to move to America, and she was going to Jake's, in the clubs, like with the jazz players and all that musicians, and she got banished for dealing with that dude. Straight out, just got banished, man.
Diana.
Yeah.
When she was around, being adulteress, she got put to death.
Whacked her.
Yeah.
So they
Sad
dealing
nigga,
with
baby.
Muhammad Al Fayed's son, which is what are they? Ishmael Al Fayed. I think Al Fayed's Ishmael, and she was popping him, Dodi Al Fayed. They whacked both of them. That's why he hates the royal family, man.
They've got some new laws in the books for domesticated violence now. They're gonna up the laws, up the sentence basically for domesticated violence and all this bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Precept.
I could have sworn I saw Evelyn in the background, on the news channel today, Swear down. They was talking about domestic violence and I just see a man with the white areas just sitting. I was like, Evelyn, that's got to be my man.
Probably is,
This is Proverbs chapter 6,
Probably is, bro.
start from verse 32. But whosoever committeth adultery
It's him, bro.
with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
And by the way, the brother showed me the corona cases has jumped from 160 to 200.
Yeah, one day.
Just like
Lord's
that.
wrapping up Babylon.
I mean, about last week it was only at what 30 or something like
In
that.
2 days it was 115. Later it was 115, now it's 200.
They've had a death, so there's already
2 deaths now.
2 deaths.
That's prophecy.
Yeah,
So they're gonna bring that martial law in that we was talking about.
They were even saying on Sky News that they predict that in the next 6 months over Easter that it's going to go to the millions is what they claim. So
Yeah, they said in 2 months it's gonna peak. That's why they're gonna bring in the quarantines, the medical martial law. To slow it down, because they actually said that they actually can't stop it, and they haven't even got a cure. They said it would take us about a year. So what they're telling you, it's done, mate. Now
we love this, man.
and we're just watching the play, but we see what's going on. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
You got people like we said are on
Praise the Lord,
ships, fucking quarantined, man.
yeah.
So you don't want to travel. You can't even travel now, man.
Yeah.
People are getting quarantined. man.
Planes
plane.
been cancelled.
Planes are being.
Plane
Well,
companies are
Southampton, when Flybe cancelled, there was no planes from Southampton. There was just no planes, man. Every plane was cancelled, man, because they rely on that service, you know.
And if you go to the hospitals, they're telling you to wash your hands straight away, because every time I go to, they're telling you wash your hands with hand sanitizers. Make sure you wash your hands straight away before you come into the wards and all that. It's all fucking fear mongering as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've got corona assessment booths there.
Hey, the Lord said that in Proverbs. The Lord said that when their calamity cometh, that we shall laugh. You see, so the Lord's doing it to them, and no one even knows why this is happening to them. But we know. So the Most High
A
is
lot of people were
bad.
ignoring it because they thought that just like, society, if when society crashes, they're not gonna know what to do. This is existence to them.
yes,
like
life,
if you're playing a video game, like he's just you're moving him around, he's stuck in that game. That's them.
Sims.
In Matthew 24 verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
If I can say that was a spirit that the apostles were on, man. They were on that, when is these things gonna happen? They were looking for and desiring the kingdom, man, because they didn't want to be in that Roman society, just like how we don't want to be in this Roman society, man.
They were possessed by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Like they were like Paul, and he was on one, man. He was going around causing uproars, man. There's scriptures in about Acts 17. He was known as the men that turned the world upside down, man. He said these are the men that turned the world upside down. So they was just prophesying, man. They was, they're they was burning bright with the Spirit. And the scriptures tell you that when you got the light, pull it on top of the table, man.
Oh yeah, Matthew 5.
Don't,
Light into the Gentiles.
Exactly. Go on, man.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Iran, you had these rumors of wars and all that with Iran. They killed that general dude.
That was not even that long ago, and that feels like a year ago or something. Like January. See how the Most High is making
220 is a hot year.
hot year.
One thing after the other.
This was just the other day, man.
Prophecy.
Even on the topic of war, Britain said that they're basically deploying warships to basically guard their waters against the EU fishing vessels for post-Brexit. So it's getting, you know what I mean?
Yep, there's loads of shit going on.
They got like 7 warships ready.
For all these things must come to pass, but their end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
So we're not going to forget the mark of the beast, man. That's the major prophecy, man. The El Marco of the beast, the beast there. God.
El Marco de Vista.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's the
sounds
Spanish-speaking
cold.
brothers over there. These are the Spanish-speaking brothers over there. You know what I mean?
And there shall be famines.
Yeah, but
Marco de Vista.
I ain't as sharp as
That's the Spanish-speaking Akiam. Brothers speak Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? Turkish.
How'd you say it in Turkish, man? Say it.
Mark of the Beast.
Yeah.
Canavarın simgesi.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Straight.
Sound like a drink or something.
Hey, well, that's we shall laugh when the calamity, because see, we're having fun with it, man. Because you know that, but that's how it's supposed to be. When all these things and people are panicking, what do we do and all that. You know, that's what's gonna happen, man.
We're seeing it.
Oh shit! You know, you got woman. Your woman might bug out, man. Fuck it. She get the chip or something like that. You don't know. I'm not. You know, obviously, Lord willing, brothers, families, and their children are gonna be delivered.
But we know what the scriptures say with Job. Job's woman straight said, "Curse him, her son die."
You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that, man.
Remember Lot's wife.
Oh, yeah. Straight to
She got the whack-po zappo.
What are you doing sitting here?
Jake, they're gonna be fucked out there, sitting in their apartments and that. Their little fluffy, what's them trainers called they wear? Them ones with the red,
Uggs.
the bell bottoms. What's the red? The Uggs. The guys wear the shiny things with the things. That ain't gonna mean shit, man.
Yeah,
with the Gucci belt. You know, they put the belts and then the
And
belt
then they
goes
put the
like
belt right in the front like
that. So
that.
it shows, like, you know, what? That ain't gonna mean fuck all. When that,
You wear the
all hell breaks
longest
loose, innit?
t-shirt and put the belt in the front.
Yeah, the jeans showing like that. Man's like, and the girl's gonna be like, well, we're gonna fucking eat though. And all that. Get your fucking ass out there, and you're not gonna. All hell's gonna be so fucked. He's not gonna want to even walk out the house, bro.
She's gonna want you to loot, man. A lot of these.
Get the fuck out there and steal. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out there and bring us food back home. What you playing
They're
at?
all panic buying right now. All the stores are getting stripped bare, man.
Yeah, we was talking about that. They're doing it over here, and the British government's urging them not to do that because it's gonna fuck with the stocks. You know what I'm saying?
The majority of East, you know, it's Esau that's gonna be buying the majority of that shit.
Because you know what the guarantee, we will if you're quarantined, we'll self-quarantine, we'll deliver food. If you start, that's bullshit, man. You can't trust
Well,
it.
but I thought they guaranteed that the NHS was going to be
They
fine.
said the NHS is ready.
Yeah, they said before. Remember before it hit the UK, they were saying the NHS was gonna be fine. All they had was what, 200 cases now.
Now they ain't
Like,
got-
no, we're
they ain't got
struggling
enough
now. We're
beds now.
struggling. We haven't got enough beds.
And it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Even Moab's under the curses. Moab's getting it hard.
Hey,
New
didn't
niggas,
they,
innit?
and Moab, didn't they shoot American plane with a laser recently? So this World War III, man. And they are getting it. See, the Lord's really bringing it upon all these nations, man. He's humbling the nations before he destroys them.
And even the SARS virus that came out before, there's loads of videos on it that also came out of
They're
China
getting
as well.
fucking
You
plagued.
have to turn around when you said that. And turn around to that, oh shit.
He's humbling the nation before he destroys them. Because now, what was you saying? What was you
Now I'm just saying the
saying?
SARS virus, that's also originated from a different region in China as well.
See? But you know what? Them so-called Chinese people, the Moabites, they've always been nasty ass heathens.
Yeah.
They've been eating nasty shit for years. We all know that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're nasty heathens, man. They're just heathens, bro.
They're known as beasts.
They're beasts. The Bible
Beasts
calls the
of the
nations the beasts outside of Israel, isn't it?
Yeah, they're known as beasts, man, because
Outside of Jacob.
it's like even some of those Japanese movies, like the shit that they're doing in those movies, man.
Some weird shit, innit?
It's weird, man. They do some real weird shit.
Even their anime and that.
The
they make-
dynasties and all that.
Yeah.
They was into that brother and sister shit, and
Of course, bro.
eating abominations and all that. You know, it's true. Evens.
But the Lord is bringing it upon them. The curses that befell us are before. See, what's happening with us is we're getting the curses slowly lifting off of us, man. It's happening, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's happening, man. The curses are slowly, even these other nations, you see, because of what's happening.
It's a lot, man. How on earth is it that you got these rat-eating nations, but we getting looked down on? Yeah. This is ridiculous, man. That's how you know it's a curse. But like you said, the curse is lifting up. Everyone's really gonna be looking at Jake like they already do. Like, wow. And we're gonna be like, wow, you filthy, you know, subjects and all this.
You're gonna
man.
get that power back, man.
That's what we're gonna be doing, man. Like Loki when he came down, you know, bow and all that.
Yeah.
kneel before Zod.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
That's what you gotta have, that ruling class mentality, man. We were the kings,
said in-
priests. Like when you go before, you know, you had the Levites. They wore the ephod, then they had the stones and all that, and they had wore the mitre and the royal garments, man. And they
Like
was
Superman, man.
basically, yeah.
Like Superman.
And they were officiating the priestly task between the Israelites and the Most High, man. That's a spiritual duty, man.
Looking like Superman, like.
That's a spiritual duty, you know.
Hey, in the Superman 2, the old one, when Zod came to Earth, he went to the White House. Brothers, watch that. It's hard, like. And then kneel before Zod. And then he went to the eagle. You know, Esau's eagle, innit? In the White House, there's that big eagle, and he said to them, you know, I know you basically worship things that fly. He said, now bow before Zod. And he made all of them bow, like. That's what Yahweh Shai is gonna do, man. Yahweh Shai, when he comes, that's what he's gonna do to these people, bro. Before he's gonna fuck them up, but then you know, there's gonna be Esau in other lands, Russia, Bulgaria, Turkey. There's gonna be people we're gonna have to capture. Yeah, bow before us.
And which that's
10 minutes. And 10. We've got a bit of time. And we can, you know, get prepared.
These nations are gonna get fucked up, man.
that's what it means to be blessed. To be blessed is for people to bow before you, man. That's what it means to be blessed.
Take them captives who